Good day, good day.
Yeah. What's the vibes? We in the great outdoors
Due to
right
Rona.
now due to circumstances in life. But it's happy to be here. We getting good breeze, fresh air.
Out here in the zone.
In the zone. You know what I mean? Big up to Profess behind the boards one time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This is a special episode of the Hostility podcast. Though,
Yeah.
why are we here?
Well, we are here to talk about Micwise's new album, Hate 68.
For sure. So you post about status, I see. It was like you wanted to do a podcast for the album.
Because
So I imagine you had ideas.
Yeah, because one, I know the amount of work that went into the album. Because you've been shooting the idea to me, must be about 3 years now. Shooting this idea.
I'll talk to you how long it is.
Yeah,
It's not quite 3 years, about two and
years.
a couple months.
No, like
Yeah.
when we was talk about the podcast, you bring up the idea, but I had this album.
Yeah.
And,
After
And then it was like,
Yeah,
I want you help
co-executive producer.
producer. So and I know the work that went into the album. I know the ideas that you had for the album at the time, but I did not perceive. Let me say it like that. The direction that you was going with the album, because you say it was going to be a dark album, but I didn't understand where you was going with the album. So when I heard the album and finally get a chance to see the vision that you wanted to do at the time, it came full circle, and it was the perfect time for me to have that album due to the climate of the country at that time. So, well, speak to the people what the album about and whatnot. So, yeah, a little idea of what they could expect next week, Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, by the time people hear this, it could be out.
Alright,
I feel by the time, it could be out already.
I just dating it, yes. 25th.
25th of August. Basically, funny enough, like before we record this morning, I went back into the original post that I posted on Facebook. It was in February 2018. I come up with the idea. I just had this name, Hate 68. I find I was ill. I was like, I gotta make an album named Hate 68. I gotta talk about Trinidad. Gotta be real serious. That's all I had. Didn't know it's a real directions. You could take that, you could do it as a autobiographical thing, like rap from the perspective as if Trinidad is a person. Like, it's had real ideas. But I didn't know where I wanted to take it. But I find the name was dope in the sense of I could have seen like-minded people think of that on their own and use it for like a clothing brand or a song or the name of a movement, or even just to use it as a hashtag. And I say, can't have that. So I just run to Facebook. I post that up. I was like, hey,
I had it first.
I have Hate 68. That give them the spelling, all kind of thing. Album, Micwise coming. I tell them it's coming October 2018, all kind of thing. This time I ain't come up with a concept, I ain't write a single word. So I just had that there, and like, the more I think about it, I didn't know what I wanted it to be. But I knew that had to be it had to stand out from all my other works. It was like, because at the time I was happy with what I was doing musically, but
around
this was when I
18 gonna be adult.
Good
leave.
Grief and Leave.
Yeah.
Was what I did that year. So I was happy with what I was creating around that time. But I knew I had to take my time with this and I guess marinate on it, experience life a little bit, figure out where I want to go.
And it always been a topic with me and you that you always say that how you haven't find your class. You find you haven't put out your classic album yet.
Yeah, I find so. I still learning, still to this day, learning the ropes of rapping, 1 and 2, just overall being an artist, ear for beats, like just everything that goes into
Being
an
an artist.
Yeah. understand.
So like, well, I can understand that from being an artist that you find how you don't have your perfect album yet, your classic album. A lot of people say Leave is your classic album because Leave was personal to you.
It's the closest thing I had
Yeah,
at the time.
it was personal to you. But me, not because I am a producer of the album, I find this album is your brass string.
Yeah.
It is the brass string, but it's not your classic. This is your best album, right?
It's by far the best.
Yeah, this is your best album,
Yeah.
right? But I still think you have that classic album that you want.
Next step to go. I will always say I have a next step to go. I feel.
But the thing that is genius about this
Well,
album,
to be real, like let the people decide that. 'Cause if people say in
you
terms
can
of
sound
Trinidad
biased.
rap,
You
in
can
terms of
sound biased
Trinidad
from
rap,
us.
in terms of Trinidad rap, like it's have a couple albums who I feel that in the ecosystem of Trinidad rap are
Being classics.
Yeah.
Which albums are those?
So, Business of Art, Matix and Bevo.
Okay.
Make It Happen, Ghetto Child. I would even put Face and Engineer Kai Flow, because I actually revisited that the other day. And that's an album based on Calypso samples on hip hop,
Okay.
by the way. Yeah.
Good song,
You
concept.
understand? There's have a couple others too that I would think about more and probably get back to you all. But it's off the top of my head, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are two.
But-
So if people, I mean, if we judging it on Trinidad hip hop classics, I will let the Trinidad hip
the
hop
population
community,
decide that.
you know, I will let them say what they have to say. But I will always say I always have a next, you know, step on the ladder to go up. No, that's how I approach it.
I still think that how you had a classic album to do. But this is your brass ring. This is the
Yeah, by far.
album that people will say, yes,
Yeah.
Micwise is a dope album.
Yeah.
This is a dope album, you are a dope artist.
Yeah.
And we needed to face this in the mirror. Because it basically how I perceive the album as the two sides of Trinidad. With the intro, how the intro is and everything, the two sides of Trinidad are the Trinidad that everybody wants us to see and the Trinidad that Trinidadians know.
Yeah.
So when it breaks down and you really get out to the album, it is a good album. It's a very good album. So anything that you want to talk about the process of making this album or anything?
Well, as I say, I come up with the title in February 2018, but I didn't want to start it yet because I could have just say, hey, 868, I'm going to make this album now. And then 2 months later, you would get an album named 868. It'll be a very good album too, like, you know, because I was still, you know, operating on a level already. But I say, let me just have that there. I put it out in public so nobody can take it back. Very important, because I like the name.
Strategy.
Yeah. I just continue working on whatever else I was working on. And doing that, but I always had this 868 in the back of my head. You know, I used to tell myself, you know, you had to come back to that 868. And that had to be a clear step up. So you had to, you know, get yourself in gear to make that album. So 2018 went by. 2019 started out. 2019 I wasn't planning on doing what I did during the carnival season. It's just, you know, me and HG, big up HG 57, you know, we had the thing. Nice, that was cool. After that is when I had the Hard Thing single. I put out the Hard Thing single.
Mostly
And,
singles, yeah. Mostly
Yeah, I did a
singles.
couple singles and I
Grace,
put that
my
out.
favorite song for the-
Yeah, well, yeah.
for-
Grace come after. Well, here, what happened is, for that thing, that was cool. I did an interview. This is 2019. I did an interview sometime in the summer on the grind on Next 99.1. Big up everybody in that.
Yeah, everybody
Matix,
on the grind.
Soraya, Kiddy, and everybody. And on that interview, I did say, coming soon, hate 6 hits.
He painted himself in a corner, dog.
Huh?
He painted himself in a corner.
So I was like, yeah, hate 6 hit because I say, I done put it online already. I say, let me remind people, hey, hate 6 hit. Put it out there. This time I ain't write a single word yet, still.
I see.
This time is when I started to, I wasn't recording at home anymore. I was recording at Southside Lifestyle Studios in Laramie. Big up Joe Black. And around, I would say, May, June, something, I can't say what it is, but just something just started to snap. It wasn't a conscious decision, but my most productive period as an artist ever came from that time up until now.
Okay.
Like, I used to record at home. I never used to write and record as much home as I do now, going in this spot in Laramie. I don't know what it is about it. It's not the ambience, because I don't really care for ambience or something like that. I don't know what I think it's something internal with me. So, June 2019 is when I started to write. I basically worked on, I didn't work on Hate 6 Hate by itself. I worked on the Micwise Mad mixtape that came out February this year. I worked on another project at the same time, Good Grief 2, that will come out next year. And I worked on Hate 6 Hate. And I worked on random features and other single tracks that just will come out when it's time to come out. Basically just a whole lot of music going back and forth between projects.
What's that?
So I was writing, and I know I had this Hate 6 Hate thing, but it's like, where to go with it. I was like real overthinking it now. You understand? I didn't have like...
You didn't see a direction to
yeah, because I was seeing directions, but I was real indecisive as to where to go now. So, what really snapped me out of that is when I wrote the first 2 songs, which ended up being the first 2 songs on the album, Twins and Slap. And Slap really is the song that, to me, Slap is the most important song to me, because when I make that, I knew exactly what the album was going to be now.
The lines that you was going
So
on.
Slap was basically, I hear the drums and come up with that line. Slap, that's the feeling when them drums hit. Because the beat was slapping. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Then his next line was, police stop you, you ain't done shit. Then it's like, oh, this song basically gonna be the different ways we just get slapped out here. I was like, right, so let me talk about every faction of society. The women, children, poor people, working class people, as much ground as I could cover.
Spread
and
it
try
up,
and
yeah.
represent for everybody now. You understand? So a song like Defend, which talking about how children are, treated in this country by society. I talk about that on Slap first at the end. A song like Gabriella, which talk about how women are treated. I have lines about, sexual assault and how it's treated in Trinidad first. So Slap was like the one that get the ball rolling. When I listened back to Slap, I was like, right,
that was pinnacle. Yeah, that was pinnacle.
Right after Slap, I did Gabriella, which talk about human trafficking and just a whole mad scene of a song. It's a long storytelling song. So when I had Slap, I had Twins, I had Slap, I had Gabriella. I kind of knew, all right. The rest of the songs started to come real easy, because now I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, Twins is one of my favorite songs. So. And
it wasn't at first.
You didn't expect that.
You hated Twins?
No, I didn't hate it, but remember when we had the talk and I told you, you have to update the album. And you mean like you told me like, what, do you have this song? And like, it was election times and the racism was going on and stuff.
A lot of things going on.
Yeah. And I say, Mike, a lot of stuff happening right now. You had to update the album. And he was like, nah, don't worry, it's outdated. I said, no, it wouldn't be dated because that I underseen something that always in the country that will bubble up around this time. So when you shoot me the verse that you
the extra bars.
Yeah. I was like, yo, this is so ill. And Twins, I don't already like Twins, but when you do that extra verse, it make the album sound
like the beat switch that way. Like.
Yeah, and the beat switch.
Yeah.
But when you do that extra verse, it lay on to everything because in the intro to the album now. So then everybody know it was things say that sweet here. We have these problems.
Yeah.
So
Twins, when you actually told me that, I was home. I had to go in the studio anyway, and I was in a zone where I had time to put pen to paper and do something now. So I was like, all right, cool. So that is how that happened. And I say I didn't want to use the same beat for that last verse. I say I'm gonna get them a little beat switch. I'm gonna make is the intro. Let me just make it exciting. Let me make it, song fresh now. Because I find, the album is first 5 tracks, dry season.
Yeah.
I kind of separated.
Yeah, Trinidad for people. Yeah, the dry and the wet.
I find like everything else on the dry season part, they sounded real
happy.
No, not happy, but the songs itself now was complete. Like it was, each song was like you get experience. You get enough bars, enough words. You really get. You get into the nitty gritty of every topic now.
Everything.
Twins, as it was before, was just. It felt like
an intro.
It felt like an intro. It didn't feel as thorough as them songs. So
it didn't feel like a track.
Yeah, it didn't feel compared to the others.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a track. It felt like
so when I do that, I was like, now it really feeling. So thanks.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna do that. The other way.
Another song that I like. You all heard it yet, but you will.
By this time, I feel.
Yeah. By this time, you all heard it. It's Colors.
Colors.
Yeah.
White color, blue color. Colors.
Yeah, Colors. One, because you play on the original Colors.
Ice-T.
The Ice-T track. And 2, where you went with it. Where you went with it was real dope.
Daddy, one of the few times, the second time in the process of making the album, Joe Black, who manages me, by the way, he get worried because of a line.
Which line is it?
I ain't gonna spoil it for people who
hear
it yet, but you go hear the beat drops out for that line.
Yeah, that's but it's a little.
Yeah,
a little.
I talk about I talk about Randolph Burroughs, who was the top cop back in the day, and I bring it forward to the present top cop.
Yeah.
That was in the second.
A little.
You get worried.
You shouldn't be.
And to me, Black is a man. He ain't really for all that censorship thing. So to get he worried about our line, like I just feel good now. It's like really ruffling.
You ruffle
if
some
I ruffle,
feathers,
he feathers. Well,
you ruffle some feathers.
Yeah. But
well, again, I can't say well. I'll big up Joe Black for not pulling the plug on that.
To be real, Joe Black realized a long time he can't pull the plug on anything. He can't pull it because he go say, boy, you sure you want to do this? But he's let me do me.
Yeah.
That's why, thanks for that, Joe.
And, again, the Colors track, the hook, again, straight off of the Ice Cube Colors.
Ice-T.
Ice Colors. It basically deal with society and
white color, blue color.
White color, blue color, basically. Yeah. The one, as I will put it in Trinidad, the 1%ers. The 1%ers. And the average Joe. What was the process coming up with the idea?
This is one of those. It's one of the later tracks I did. I finished the album in February this year, so this could be around January, around that time.
Pre-Rona.
Definitely pre-Rona. And it's so funny because due to Mr. Starlight make any comments, it turned the discussion in this country kind of went back to this 1% thing around the time, which is funny. Like, people would think I wrote that song around that time. No,
Yeah.
I have a lot of tracks I wrote way
Prior.
back when, and just things happening
to
in
things,
society
yeah,
now,
due to
it just seems very relevant.
That why I tell you the album wasn't song dated because it
Yeah,
always
yeah,
good
yeah.
to-
I could put this album out. I could have put it out 5 years from now. Like the
And-
song
They would have called you a freaking prophet.
Visionary. Yeah. But Colors, yeah, that was just I was a good few songs deep in the album already, and you know obviously I had to talk about the 1%. You had to talk about their role in society, and I just remember how outraged people were when they saw the Anthony Bourdain clip. Where they talk about, yeah, we run this country
He's
on this.
sipping that vodka and being a dick.
It's vodka.
Yeah, vodka he was drinking.
I wasn't.
Yeah, drinking goose.
Yeah.
Like poor people can't buy grey goose.
So that's I was like, I had to address it. So they just end up on, you know, when you think about color, white collar, blue collar, you go to colors, and me with my hip hop student self was like, yeah, but just
Run
pay
back
homage to the Ice-T
yeah.
colors and just make it. It's like taking, you know, cause he was talking about
Gangs.
gang violence
Yeah.
in the 80s, so it's like I taking something like that and making it applicable to what we just deal with
yeah,
here
what
in
we deal with-
Trinidad.
The colors we deal with here.
Colors, yeah. And it's
Yeah,
colors too, because white and blue
Blue
colors
color,
and
yeah, the colours
colors,
are
so
we
you
Because-
would play, just check it in there. Yeah.
Pause.
Nah, don't pause it, don't pause it. We keeping all these bloopers. Yeah,
Not keeping
yeah,
that
your
edit.
cup, your cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flight.
yeah. Nah, we ain't editing nothing. We keeping it real. Right. So yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to that's one of them songs that can't leave no stone untouched, unturned, whatever. So that's why lots of these songs they're long. 3 verses.
Yeah.
Long verses.
And
A lot to say now.
another track of mine that I like was Sirens.
Sirens, yeah.
When he sent me the album, I told Sirens.
Yeah.
And the placement I wanted Sirens, you had a
Yes.
problem with it.
Yeah.
You had a
Wanted
problem.
to end the album. Yeah.
But a lot by now everybody knows Sirens because you put out a video for it. I personally found out how that was the darkest song on this album, and how me and Micwise envision doing this album is that how it starts off happy and just goes into darkness.
Can't say it starts off happy.
It's
Start off
happy-
happy. It
well,
starts
the-
off fiery. Don't say happy.
Well, the
Fiery
beat-
is yeah.
You know how I just describe
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
It had a happy or dark. And to me, Twin Islands, twins start off not joyous, but it start off on a happy note.
Beat up tempo.
Yeah, up tempo start off on a happy note. And then when I heard Sirens, I was like, Mike, this had to close off the album.
So you find Sirens. You wanted Sirens last year is the darkest beat. Because it is the darkest.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is
it's
the darkest.
Oh, no, I was more in
it does
subject matter.
And it does put people in that mode like suicidal thoughts. In the darkest song on the album. But it put people in that zone for it to be a wow. Wow, this some dark shit. And like that's how it hit me. It was like, Mike basically
Yeah.
bringing it on talking some dark shit here. Talking about something that
Yeah. Especially the ending lines.
yeah. So again, same thing. What was the process of coming up with that?
When I heard the beat, I heard Sirens. The beat does sound like nighttime crime.
Yeah.
Sirens, a song like that. So I didn't want to just talk about the crime that people like to talk about, which is like gang violence and this kind of thing. I wanted to make it seem like that. So this is like a story where it's storytelling, but like I like movies that have a plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
But I really what happened at the end of the song. So I wanted to make people feel like what kind of, because it obviously it starts with gunshots, it have sirens. But people are the kind of guess now, well,
Filling this
who dead, who shoots who, Like, you know, this kind of thing. Like, what going on here? So the people who was featured on the song at first, I get Bass Bones. I didn't know. I didn't know if he was gonna do a hook or a bridge. What he ended up doing. I tell him just whatever you do,
What you feel?
just make it sound like it had to be ambiguous in the sense. Don't make it too. It's not about gang violence, but at the same time, you had to keep people guessing as to what you're singing about. So he do that. Like I tell him that, and I wasn't even in the studio when he do that because like after 9, I think he was trying to go down in the studio. He couldn't get Black on the phone, so I tell him, well, yeah, next time, chill, whatever. Like after midnight, I get a message. Yeah, I end up going down. Like, fuck, you dead this hour. And he sent it back to me. I was like, shit. But he do it as the hook first.
Yeah.
I say, right. So this, my mind, I say, right. This could be like an intro or a bridge or something. It's like still had to get the hook. So I just leave the song there for a while. I was like, when that time come to finish it,
You could deal with it.
finish Around this time, that's when General Grant, you know, the legend himself, he started to link with Black, and they was meeting about doing some business and things. So Black tell me that today, like, yeah, General Grant is coming here, ting. I was like, alright, cool, vibes. So, unknown to me, Black would have played music of mine and whatever. I guess Grant was a fan.
So
I
Grand
end up,
Grand
so that
Vibes.
same night when I was leaving, he was coming in. So when I meet him, it's like one of the first things he tell me is like, hey, we gotta do something. Send something when you're ready. I said, what? Yeah. Then Corona happened, so they have no studio.
Rona.
So you couldn't go in the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sanitizing right
yeah,
now.
sanitizing, you know.
You
So we
playing that.
couldn't go and really move around in the studio. This was during the first lockdown period. So I think the second session after we opened back, he just happened to be there. I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this time now. We end up doing 2 songs. We do this and we do our next one that will come.
That will be later announced.
When it's time for that, right? So yeah,
And the name of it is none of your business right now.
Funny thing is the name of the song is Business. The next one.
Wow.
Funny.
Goddamn, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, so I explained the concept and take a few takes. We lay down a few ideas and we just. Yeah. So for this track, Grant came in. He laid down a few ideas. You know what I mean? And we just kind of settled on what he did. He took a few different takes. He went a few different directions, but we settled on what I think is the best too. And yeah, people dig it. So I say I really into storytelling, and what has influenced my storytelling a lot is the structure of movies and screenplays and things. So that's kind of why I just look at it. I like my stories to play out as a movie. And you know, I'm a sucker for a good twist at the end of a story.
A good plot twist.
A good little plot twist, so you know, pull something out from under the rug. So yeah, that was the.
Yeah.
That was how I ended up coming up with that.
Or he ended up coughing, like pee, smoking on. So
I don't know Rona.
Yeah, I know Rona. That Kush.
Yeah.
That's something that's called Kush now, you know? Yeah, that's
Yeah, so again, the way how you went about it was real sneaky, real thief-head way you went about the
song
track.
or the
track.
album? So yeah.
A real thief-head way in the sense that how when I was listening to the song, I think that how wow. Remember the chat that we had with but I thought you were dead.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Close
No,
it.
yeah, remember the chat that we had there. I said, because I wasn't listening to the song at the time, I said, dog, I thought you were dead. That's why I appreciate that. Just say you appreciate a good plot twist in that track.
Yeah.
Because the track, the track take me wah.
Yeah.
Take me left hand and it was
Still was a dark ending though.
Yeah. And
knowing what happened, if you think the story, the father and the daughter, like that's a scene. But like, as I say, I wanted to the whole album I wanted to kind of highlight the vulnerable people in society, you know? So poor people, women in general, children, this kind of, so I wanted to put a certain amount of attention on them because it's not just about complaining about politicians and 1% and this kind of thing. That's what the first half of the album is really about. The second half is like
the dark side.
Like how we as a society does just make
let certain shit pass,
let certain things pass and you know,
say,
and
well, that's normal.
Remember certain things, a lot of things is not only on the government or the rich.
We as a society don't let a lot of shit pass and just say, well, that's normal.
Yeah,
that's normal.
yeah.
So I could dig that. And then the song that you choose to be last.
Yeah, Tropical Depression.
Tropical Depression.
Yeah.
Again, going back to the chat that me and Mike had, you told me that how you feel that how they the darkest song.
Yeah.
And then what you choose to do that.
Yeah.
Again, we had the disputes, but it ended up coming down to
the last song.
Yeah. We see what each other was looking at.
Yeah.
And what makes you choose that track to go last?
Because the other 9 tracks, originally I didn't have it as last, remember that?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to end it on that note, but I was like, fuck it, let me just go all the way dark and done.
Yeah.
All the other 9 tracks is like me rapping about external things, whether it's society or the politicians or the this or the that or whatever. It's me looking outward now. So for Tropical Depression, like, even though like the second verse, it wasn't really me rapping as me, because I do suffer with depression
Personally.
like that, like to that extent especially. So I just rap the verse as somebody who does not
Suffer from depression.
That is how we are ending it on a scale of the evil's not just outside or external. Sometimes the evil could be within
itself,
could be a disease that people know. Because in the Caribbean, in Trinidad,
in the Caribbean, how mental
people don't take mental illness seriously at all. You understand?
Yeah, and earlier I was telling Mike about this. A youth man make himself like me through the depression.
Yeah.
So we need to really buck up on that shit.
Yeah, so I was like, let me end it on that. And, you know, first verse was rapping from the perspective of the disease. The second verse was a response to that. And the real kicker with what make the song so dark is the fact that coming to the end of the second verse, you feel like it had a glimmer of hope for this person. That glimmer just gone.
Yeah. A T-Fed,
Yeah. You know, so that was like, it's one thing to you as a person, you live in a bad place, a dark place, you know, and you see in that, and but you see for darkness to live inside,
yeah, that's the fun thing.
Yeah,
that's very different.
That is
from a dark
to me
place.
that is why I find that was like the darkest.
Being from a dark place, and same thing with like again with movies. So like how most people didn't see with the Joker. How nobody didn't see the depression till it was far too gone.
Yeah.
So
that was a movie about
mental illness. Yeah. So sometimes the darkness that we need to fight is darkness certain.
Yeah.
So I could dig that. I could dig
Funny
that.
thing how you bring up Joker. I actually watched the movie that inspired the direction they took Joker, as a movie called King of Comedy with Robert De Niro. That was back in the 80s. That's a very good movie, and one of the freshest ways I ever see mental illness tackled ever. And if you watch Joker and you watch that, you see where a lot of the ideas for Joker come from now. You know? So yeah, that's how I decided to end it. You know?
Alright. Well, again, by this time the album should be out.
What I will say is, before, like I approached the album thinking about the history of Trinidad music. Not necessarily what's going on now in it.
The lineage of music.
Yeah, the history of our music is very happy. It's very jovial. It's very
That
celebratory.
is what we are known for.
Yeah, but
Being
yeah.
being happy people, being
yeah.
down to the way we talk, they say sounds happy.
Like we grew up and they used to have social commentary. I find long time with Kaiso Calypso from long time. Like before we born. I find that ever since the
It still have
commercialization of carnival and
it still have thing in, let me say like Calypso Fiesta, but they more focus on politicians.
So no, right now in Calypso, it never left Calypso. What I'm saying is Calypso left the limelight. That's alright. So I'm talking about the limelight. I'm talking about
correct. So Calypso is not on the front line no more. So these things will not be on the front line
like
no
we
more.
grew up here and song like Trinity to the Bone and Now Leaving, which is like celebrating the beauty of Trinidad.
But there are few songs.
But that's right. No, but I'm saying music in Trinidad generally does speak on the I talking about from when we born come up.
Yeah, that was it. So like this random song that I see that it was posted from Channel 4 that Dennis Plummer did do.
Nah Leaving.
Not Leaving, but
all Dennis Plummer music is
all them,
I love Trinidad.
It was once that trend them and
we know this. Yeah, I sure that song we know.
Boy, and it always showing on Channel 4 when we was youth boy. And Flowers Bloom Again. And let the flowers bloom again.
I know that one.
No, it's like a way. We always see in that boy. Oh, you lost. I can't remember that song, but it had like what's that white shirt in it, and they had these little weird flowers with the kind of toss thing in it, but.
The point I'm making, right? The point I'm making, like, if you look at the lineage, the lineage of Trinidad music. Trinidad music is very
Kaiso. That's Trinidad.
Well, I mean, like, come forward, especially with soca and seeing that soca is the dominant music.
No.
Right. It's very happy. So my thinking was Trinidad music.
And you're not lying with that because, like, if you listen to soca. Basically, you just think that all we do is wine and drink rum.
I have no problem with the happy music.
We don't have a problem with that.
But to me, it's like you need to tell the other side of the story too. And I felt like that wasn't being told a lot.
And that's why I appreciate it because as I open up, you told the two sides of Trinidad, the happy side and the bad side.
I wouldn't say I tell the happy fetting side.
You didn't tell the happy side.
I had a fiery side in the first.
No, but the early side, I'll say on the sunny side. Sunny is song like the cheerful side.
That's what you get from it?
Yeah.
Cheerful.
To me, it was the cheerful side.
Well, you're a very doom and gloom person, so them songs will sound cheerful.
I like dark shit.
Yeah, so, alright, we punched in, wood. But, point I was making is we have the fiery side and we have the dark side.
Yeah.
Darker side, So, it's really just about bringing that balance to the landscape of Trinidad music. And just, we have so much music that talks about the good and the beauty of Trinidad. But we also have to address the other side too. You can't sweep that under the rug now.
Yeah, they address the others.
That basically was the main motivation for even making
and I'll salute to that. Because that's the only way we can get better when we address the sickness. Alright? So you don't have a gangrene leg and then you just watch them be like
continue.
Yeah, you don't just have a gangrene leg and say, well, we can leave it alone, it can get better on its own. Yeah, address it. If it needs to be cut off, it will be cut off. So
I agree.
Yeah, so I appreciate that part. You bringing it out and showing everybody what it is.
Yeah, and we gotta do that, Yeah. It's just one of them things. So this I didn't want to make like I wanted to say what I had to say.
And not
That
be
was
cheesy.
it. Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, and not be cheesy.
Funny thing is, I was planning to make like a 15, 16 tracks and pick about 10 to 12. Then I end up, when I would reach 10 songs, I was like, let me stop
Your
where I
content,
is.
yeah.
Listen back and see if I need to, what else
What
I need
needs to be
say.
fixed? Yeah.
Then when I was listening, I was like, yeah,
Me
that is it.
personally, I find them big albums overdone with tracks with albums reaching over 12 tracks.
Yeah.
A little played out right now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the 10 tracks. You could add skits, make it bigger.
You ain't listening to the version with the interludes.
Yeah,
I have some
I get it
interludes in
raw.
between, but yeah, you get the
Yeah, I get
the
it
songs.
raw.
You
I get
the,
pre-album.
Yeah, that's what you get. You understand?
But again, me and shout out Matthew. What me, you and Matthew that we talk about sometimes you just had to cut off the fat and just get to what the album really
Placement is important too.
yeah.
Track placement.
And track placement.
That's all that is important to you and I like. So
Yeah.
I say at the consult, yeah. You know?
So
It's not where folks passing around the white oak.
yeah.
That's what we sipping on.
Sip some fine.
Sipping on something out of Angostura. I know you know that song.
Sip some fine.
That's a big one.
So
Yeah.
now, what is the expectations with this album? Since you're looking for the city
When I pour out albums, I to me when I release something, it's like I have no control over it no more. I can't go back, I can't edit it, I can't. When it go out to people, it's like that is up to people what they want to do with it, they do.
up to John Public.
If they want to listen it for free, they could do that. If they want to buy it, they could do that. If they want to not listen to it and ignore it, they could do that. If they want to share it with all their friends, they could do that. If they don't want to share it, they could do that.
But we
That is up to
appreciate
them.
it if you all buy the album.
When it comes to opinions too, it's like I don't mean to sound like an ass, but some people's opinions will matter more than others.
No, you're not sounding like an ass.
Oh,
You be
I
a
might
real-
sound like an ass to you, but to
Yeah.
people who
You
listen,
be a
yeah.
realist.
Yeah.
Like it have certain people that I really don't give a fuck about their opinion.
So when obviously some people, I want to hear what they have to say. So yeah, when I pour out music, I just throw it out there because how we are right now, we don't deal with us here, me, you, whoever. We don't deal with first week numbers and all that shit. We don't play that side of the industry game.
Yeah, we are not those
I
cats.
mean,
Yeah,
I was thinking about putting this out, for instance, start of July. And I was like, nah, give me that extra time to put things together because I don't mind.
Nobody work out.
I don't mind pushing something back 3-4 weeks, whatever, to get it right. Because to me, when you put music out, when that out forever.
Yeah.
That's generations gonna hear this shit. So like if I had to take an
but you're
extra
not
time
working into your betterment because
big up to Joe Black for this too. That is when he came out with the idea to have cause I wasn't thinking about artwork.
yeah.
And he came up with the idea. It's like, why don't
shout
I
out to the art.
make it happen?
Make it happen for the artwork.
He came up with the idea for that. I wasn't thinking about
I'll-
artwork. He was like, why don't I make it happen, paint it? I was like, yeah,
And
cool. That
make
make all the sense in the world. Yeah.
When you post the video first, I like since when Mike no Joe Bun.
Everybody keep asking me.
Like,
People who don't know make it happen.
like,
It's fine. It's look like Joe Budden.
And then like,
He really does. I can't lie.
I watched it twice. I like, oh, it make it happen.
Yeah.
So like,
Nice facts though.
Hey, facts,
Nice,
yeah.
nice facts.
Yeah.
Super facts.
Big up to my boy, big up to my brother Shane. I know he from school days. He living away right now.
okay,
He know in terms of local rap, like he know me, he know who he know now.
Yeah.
So when he see the video with things like this man look like Joe Budden, boy. So I end up sending them music from Make It Happen. I was like,
yo, check
Daisy
out.
man.
Yeah, they
Yo.
do. Yeah, they man.
so I end up putting them onto the music and thing. But all in all, when I spoke to Make It Happen, I said
The
him
artwork on point.
yeah.
I really like the artwork.
I tell him the name of the album and I tell him I send
Just
him
go
3
crazy with
songs. I forget which 3 songs. I was like, these 3 songs is what encapsulate
the album.
the album. Like listen to these 3 songs and just go where I want to go with it. And he went exactly where I want. I didn't have to tell him. Because people think I probably tell him put
What
this
you want,
word and
yeah,
that
what you
word
want.
and this and this color.
And
Like,
he just get a vibe off of that.
He get because I know like I listen enough of his music and talk to him enough before to know me and he on that same wavelength in terms of what it's supposed to be. You know?
In the lines of somebody that draws and stuff.
Yeah.
Just listening to the album, he will know what to put across and put on thing. But as far as artwork goes, that is a dope
Yeah,
artwork.
that was dope. Big up to Rod, young Rod for digitizing it, doing that whole thing,
sure.
you know. So yeah. And again I wanted the artwork that when you see the artwork, even if you ain't hear the album, you know that this is a serious piece of art you're delving into here. Yeah. Some shit like that is like the listening experience, the listener done anticipating what he or she going to listen to that. You understand? So big up to Joe Black for that idea because that is what I'm manager for. I wasn't thinking about that business side of the album. I was mixing and mastering the album. I was just real tunnel vision about the music.
And he see well.
And he
can
has
shoot the
he has
artwork
managers
too.
like you know
Talk to
all the
him.
external things that we deal with now. So
The artwork. When you shoot me the artwork and like check this out, I was like, yo, this real dope.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that how you just let me cap and do it on your own. I thought you had some hand. You know?
Because he making little strides in the art world itself. I don't know if people know about this. It's not a secret. That's all me trying to hide. But like he has work being exhibited away, couple art galleries and things. What kind of put that into motion is the Paris Hilton link.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that is what kind of him telling me is that kind of jumpstart his foray into art.
Okay.
Okay, he say in his own words, he say he getting the recognition for art that he never get for music. And it would just happen to be a random interaction on IG with Paris Hilton. She bought one of his paintings.
But his artwork is good.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, dope.
When I went and checked him in his studio, me and him did a song together, by the way. Look out for that. He have a actual book printed with all his his art and things. So I went
catalog
through.
bag.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. That's a word that exists. See, I'm not that good with words.
Yeah, Doe Boi picking up for the artist.
Yeah,
a catalog.
yeah.
Swear they do.
And you need know. So yeah, I was going through that. It's like amazing pieces, you know. So I'm glad like he's a dope artist and a dope artist.
Yeah.
So I want to see him get the recognition for the music as well as the art. But it's good to see him do his thing. And he helped a lot in terms of the visual aspect of the album. You know. Yeah. So.
But again, shout out to the Make It Happen for the artwork. It really catch my eye. Not just from first glance, it catch me.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see it, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, a lot to unpack too. A lot to unpack. You had to watch it.
Yeah, decipher it.
It's not like a regular image that, hey, this looks real cool, and it is. Nah, you had to
Because
really go.
you can just take a
layer by
snapshot of you
layer.
and
Yeah,
pussy hates it.
It's yeah. Got it off of this album. You know.
So
I purposefully didn't, if you notice all the videos so far, I not in it. I ain't trying to put myself out there in the marketing and the visuals for it. This album is about the album and the content. It's not about me. You understand? So far everything, I'm happy with the product. There's one album where I could say yeah. Because I listened to the album from a listener's ear.
a listener say
Not an engineer, audio engineer ear, but a listener's ear for the first time a couple nights ago, and I say, yeah, there's the album I'm supposed to make
yeah.
at some point, because thinking back to me at like 14, 15, listening to Stillmatic and Blueprint and what else I was bumping around that time. DMX, I was listening to Fix, Scarf. Like, them albums is like, you want to make albums like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
You stand
And I ain't trying to say this album, I ain't
It's a
trying to, you
classic,
know.
Day of
relax,
5 mic.
yeah.
Yeah, day of.
But at the same time, it's like certain elements I was able to tap into myself on this album. Like, yeah, this is what 15-year-old me would I want to see me make at this stage.
From knowing you from DTS days, this song like a DTS project.
Yeah, so like a refined.
Yeah, yeah.
DTS
This will
project.
be a DTS project. And
Wait until I call Chad for a verse and I pressure him to finish it. Nah.
You had to go and watch Chad over his shoulder, pen that, then bring him to the studio.
I had a point where I had time. Huh?
Yeah,
I have a lot of, I
oh,
personally have a lot of music put on and I could tap into, you know, getting certain other things ready, making certain other things happen in music. So when I ready for Chad, yeah. I mean,
But again, this would be a DTS project.
yeah.
Listening
yeah.
to like, if I listen to Oil Flows mixtape,
Yeah.
and then listening to this, it'll be like a straight tread to it.
Mm.
See, like, yes, this is why I expect Mike to song 15 years later. So,
It's about lineage. Yeah. One other thing I will address, yeah, there are no rappers on the project, or I should say there are no people doing verses on the project because I wanted the verses to be from one source.
yeah.
You understand? So, but still big up to the other vocal contributors on the album. Revelation, Bass Bones, General Grant, John Squared. Very easy list to memorize. There's
Yeah,
four
very,
people
very,
on the
very,
album.
very easy.
Make it happen again for the painting.
Yeah, for the artwork.
Glenn Starr helping me shoot the slap video.
Yeah.
Tony Limmer starring in the slap video.
Yes.
Know what I mean? Throughout the process, you know, yeah. Confide in other artists around, so Profess, Polo, big up to Joe Black for all the... Because Joe Black had some dope ideas, like Joe Black is the one who convinced me to have like interludes between songs and things, just to kind of get the... Because the first version of the album was like... it was like the songs were just coming too fast and it was just...
Get the album
get the songs room to breathe, so yeah. I don't want to ramble too much, that is you know, hate, listen to the album and I want to give too much of it.
Again, I appreciate being part of the album, a small contribution, because again, I know this was a brainchild for a while.
Yeah. February 2018. More than 2 years. Funny. And funny thing is, I completed the album February 2020. So it was in my mind for 2 years and probably took a few months to really actually work.
And there's a lot of stuff that we did at the time, because March 2018 is when we started to talk about the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
that was around years ago. The day we talk about that.
Yeah, my birthday is when we talk about that. So, and then later on, as I say, as stuff started falling into place, you start reaching out to men that you appreciate their opinion, and men that you respecting musically or...
Big up to Bebo, because I sent... I don't know if did I send the whole album? I sent basically the album to Bebo just to
get a feel.
Because again, like I talk about classic albums in Trinidad. He produced 2 of the albums I mentioned, Business Arts and Ghetto Child. So I sent it to him to just say, taking that.
What do you think?
Yeah. So yeah. Funny enough, I was watching this morning, so I could segue into this now. We'll be wrapping up this episode.
Yeah.
When I posted for the first time in February 2018, I say Hate 6 Hate, Micwise album coming soon, whatever. John, who's now known as John Squared, he commented under it and he said, I think it was half jokingly, talk about, hey, we had to do a project of our own watch through. It was half jokingly kind of thing. And a couple months ago, he actually hit me up personally and is like, yo,
Time.
let we do our project.
Yeah, time.
So, I mean, yeah, we focus on 868 now, but very soon, I would say this year, we can look out for the Micwise and Doe
Judges.
Squared collaborative EP.
Joint.
No name yet, but
No
the
name.
music is basically, I would say, 80% done. So, yeah, that will be my third project for the year. Collabo EP with John Squared. So look out for that. I ain't gonna say much about it. I'll let when it's time to put out a single from that, we'll go.
Rona, how men
We work in here, have a studio and
Yeah.
Amazon, so you know, we just having convos and sending tracks back and forth.
back and forth.
Yeah.
But again, it's good to talk about this album in the sense that how knowing the amount of work that went into it and me being part of the process could appreciate what came out. So again, likewise, this is the brass ring.
Nah, to me,
This
it's clearly
is-
the best album.
This is the brass ring. People will have to respect you for what you do with this album. A classic
Maybe
album
forward
still
to
had to
that
be
one.
made.
Nah, I
But
I
this
will
is
always
the
say I
brass
have
ring.
a next step to do. Until I probably either dead or stop rap or yeah, I would always think I
No,
could
this
do.
this is the brass ring.
Yeah,
This is the brass ring. They cannot deny it that how you are not one of the best or the best doing this, right? But that classic album, yeah, it's still reaching.
I think it have different type of artists. So you know, it have like two obvious examples is Nas and Snoop who come out the gate with the classic,
Yeah.
and then the rest of their career is like trying to replicate
Recreate, yeah,
that. And then
recreate.
it have artists like off top, Black Thought is one who he seems to be getting better from since he come out up until now. You understand?
No
So
lie.
I think I'm more in the latter scale where I like throughout my career just kind of seeing progress going up. You understand? That is why. I think. Yeah,
We can just put it out.
yeah, I think so. So we'll see what go on next.
Yeah.
So 868. By the time all hear this is out now, go and get it. It will be
Good.
available on streaming, a little Spotify and thing.
All streaming.
After,
platforms.
but right now is available on Bandcamp. And you could also get it with the merch that I'm bringing out very soon.
You should do physicals.
Yeah, all that will happen.
Yeah, you should do physical.
All that will happen. Right? Point is, right now, album is available.
Yes. Purchase the album.
Purchase that, get
Support
that.
support the
I
artist,
mean-
purchase the album.
They could be on streaming platform. Sorry, just now, and then before the year done, we're looking to put out the Micwise and Doe Squared.
Okay.
I mean, so that is me. And then, you know, I always have a ton of music and I don't know what to, like, it's hard to schedule it because it's so much. So
Yeah.
the fans go eat good. We have real music to get from me.
It's a music for you.
All they tell me when all they fed up on me. I don't want to hear my again. Know what I mean? So yeah, we here. Big up to, I don't know when you drop in your project, but look out for your, you know, I know you have beat tapes. You're supposed to put out a beat tape.
But
When is this happening?
But people, Doe Boi is like a caveman right now. I have
Yeah.
no PC. I have no.
Oh, yeah.
All I have right now is my MPC 1000.
And your
I
phone.
can't
phone.
on my phone. I cannot record a beat tape right now.
On your
Alright,
On my phone.
allow him. Who else we have? We have
Good.
we have Profess,
Yeah.
Pocket Change mixtape
Soon.
coming soon.
Maybe September, October.
Maybe
sometime
September.
soon.
But you have enough
Alright.
tracks out to it to go through.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, your latest one is
Boy,
Stars.
this man
I one of my favorite songs from Proof.
This fucking change, this fucking change album
Yeah.
finished long.
Is a detox or?
And this man just finding all kind of reasons just to push this thing back.
My problem is the intro, you know. Let's keep back for the whole project is the intro. Because every time I go to get an intro, I keep recording like 3 extra tracks. And I'm removing like 3 tracks from the project.
Yeah.
Then it's a whole cycle.
It's a mad scene. But at the same time, like Profess have a lot of music out right now that you should check out.
Yeah, you should.
Plus, where the reality art series coming.
We have the reality art series coming soon where we just break down tracks from artists and they get to hear the process behind the music. Kind of like what we did here with this album. But except it will be in a different format.
Only thing
Visual audio.
bars wise with me is me and Collateral supposed to do a headhunting freestyle.
Hunting season.
Yeah, hunting season.
Kiss and Fab.
Don't talk about me, but how long I'm talking about that?
Hey, every time we hit this man up for this thing, he's like, dog, we coming out to record this shit.
So
boy.
So what else we are going on? That is it?
Yeah, that is it.
Well, you could continue the podcast until I had to go and pee.
No,
drinking my white.
I rack up there.
I rack up there. At the Hostility, I've been sipping.
Yeah.